first of all, the context is, an incredible guy. He's written 5 or 6 books, Goldmine Effect, which is one of my personal favorites, Hunger in Paradise, and a bunch of other books, Leaders, DNA, etc. He's the chairman for a Danish football team called FC Midtjylland, which he acquired together with an English guy, Matthew, a couple of years ago. Rasmus had written a lot of books about how to use data and how to find whispering talents, but hadn't practiced in this as much as he had written about it, other than coaching and some consulting assignments. But then he convinced Matthew to buy this football team that had never won the Danish league. They won it the first year for the first time ever. They didn't win the second, but they won the third again, which was incredible. He took an unprofitable football team and made it profitable. And then later on, he became the sports director for Brentford here in the UK and doing an amazing job with them. And so what I love about Rasmus, he introduced me to the whispering shouting talents, which he also wrote about in a book called Goldmine Effect, which is one of my high recommendations.
Amazing book.
You read it?
Yeah, it's super good.
It's an amazing book. And so I love that. I love how he thinks, if you read Hunger in Paradise, did you make it through that as well?
No, I haven't.
So there's this good thing about whether or not KPI is predicting or lacking indicators, right? So when are you actually going to predict your future success, and when are you just looking at the past success? But I've learned so much from Rasmus about rationality and using data.
Yeah.
Which is actually funny because Rasmus didn't even go to university.
No.
Right? But who says you need to go to university to leverage numbers, right?
And just to say something else about Rasmus, he actually went to Kenya, I think, to study these athletes. He went to Jamaica because he found out there's some gold mines here to actually produce enormous talents.
Yes.
So it's super impressive work.
Yeah. So he has this good example of, you mentioned Jamaica, right? So there's a coach in Jamaica who's produced Usain Bolt and some other sort of top sports athletes. And the coach itself is a mathematician. He's, I would call him overweight to, say the least. And, a big guy. And he has Usain Bolt training with him. And at that point in time, he meets another runner, which is called Asafa Powell's. And Asafa Powell's does not run particularly well on numbers compared to Usain Bolt and other top athletes. But he runs well considering the training he's had.
Exactly.
And that was where the whispering talent idea for Rasmus came, which is, why is it? And so this trainer took him in, Asafa Powell, and said, look, I'm going to take him in because I see his potential considering the training that he has. And that's the sort of whispering talent idea that I love.
That's